Have you ever wondered how one of the earliest civilizations on Earth came to be? Let's transport ourselves back in time to around 5,000 years ago, to the dawn of the Egyptian civilization, around 3100 BC. During this period, a significant event occurred that would shape the course of history: the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt. This monumental task was achieved under the rule of one influential figure, a pharaoh named Menes. With his guidance, these two distinct regions, each with their own unique cultures and traditions, were brought together as one, marking the beginning of the first dynasty of Egypt. This unification wasn't just about merging territories, though. It was about combining strengths, sharing knowledge, and creating a cohesive society that could stand the test of time. And stand the test of time it did, as the civilization that sprang forth from this union would go on to make remarkable strides in various fields. One such field was writing. During this era, the Egyptians developed a complex system of writing known as hieroglyphics. These intricate characters, carved on stone and written on papyrus, told stories, recorded history, and communicated complex ideas. This revolutionary writing system, though cryptic to us now, was a testament to the intellectual prowess of the ancient Egyptians. But the dawn of civilization was not just about political unification and intellectual advancements. It was also a time when the Egyptians were establishing their cultural and religious practices. They worshipped a pantheon of gods, each representing different aspects of life and nature. They held strong beliefs in the afterlife, which later gave rise to their elaborate burial practices. These practices, combined with their distinctive art, architecture, and societal structures, formed the bedrock of their civilization. And so the stage was set for one of the most fascinating civilizations in history to flourish. A civilization that, despite the passage of millennia, continues to captivate us with its mystery, its grandeur, and its enduring legacy. A civilization that began with the unification of two regions under one pharaoh, and blossomed into a culture that would forever leave its mark on the sands of time. What comes to your mind when you think about Egypt? Pyramids, right? Indeed, these iconic structures are synonymous with this ancient civilization. Let's delve into the Old Kingdom period, often referred to as the Age of the Pyramids, a time when Egypt's architectural prowess really started to shine. The Old Kingdom spanned from 2600 to 2200 BC, a period of profound development and consolidation of Egyptian culture. The grandeur of this era is best exemplified by the building of the Great Pyramids of Giza, a testament to Egyptian ingenuity and ambition. Imagine this: a civilization, more than 4,000 years ago, constructing these colossal structures with such precision that they still stand tall today. The Great Pyramid, the largest of them all, was commissioned by Pharaoh Khufu. It's estimated to consist of over 2 million stone blocks, each weighing an average of 2.5 tons. Just think about the monumental effort required to build such a marvel. But the pyramids were not merely architectural achievements. They held great significance for the Egyptians. These were not just tombs, but sacred spaces, designed to aid the pharaoh's journey to the afterlife. The pyramid's shape, pointing to the sky, symbolized the pharaoh's ascent to join the sun god, Ra. The pharaohs of this era, especially Khufu, were revered as gods on earth. Their rule was absolute, their authority unquestioned. Khufu's pyramid, therefore, was not just a tomb, but a statement of his divine status and power. The Old Kingdom era also saw the establishment of a centralized state, with the pharaoh at its head. This centralization enabled the mobilization of resources on a grand scale, which was necessary for such monumental projects as the pyramids. As we look back, we can't help but marvel at the grandeur of the Old Kingdom period. The pyramids, the pharaohs, the culture, they all tell a story of a civilization that was far ahead of its time. They remind us of the remarkable human capacity to envision, create, and leave behind symbols that endure through ages. The pyramids remain an enduring symbol of the grandeur of the Egyptian civilization. But Egypt's history is not just about the pyramids, is it? Indeed, the Middle and New Kingdoms of Egypt, spanning from 2050 to 1077 BC, were periods of remarkable advancements and fascinating rulers. The Middle Kingdom, often referred to as the period of reunification, marked a resurgence of Egyptian power after a period of political chaos and disunity. It was during this era that literature, arts, and architecture flourished, reflecting Egypt's renewed stability and prosperity. Among the pharaohs of this era, one of the most notable was Senusret III, recognized for his military campaigns and extensive building projects. His reign was characterized by administrative reforms that further centralized power and established a pattern of dynastic continuity. As we transition into the New Kingdom, we encounter Hatshepsut, one of the few female pharaohs of ancient Egypt. Ascending to the throne in 1478 BC, she is best known for her peaceful reign and the magnificent temple she commissioned at Deir el-Bahri. Hatshepsut's reign was a period of economic prosperity and architectural achievement. Then there's the boy king, Tutankhamun, who ascended to the throne at the tender age of 9. Despite his short reign and younger years, Tutankhamun is one of the most famous pharaohs due to the discovery of his nearly intact tomb in the Valley of the Kings by Howard Carter in 1922. The New Kingdom also saw Egypt's territorial expansion to its greatest extent, becoming a superpower of the ancient world. This era was marked by military conquests, notably under the reigns of Thutmose III and Ramses II, extending Egyptian influence over parts of modern-day Sudan, Syria, and Palestine. However, with the end of the New Kingdom around 1077 BC, Egypt began to face internal strife and external pressures that would eventually lead to its fall. These eras marked some of the highest points in Egypt's history, but also signaled the beginning of the end. What goes up must come down, right? So it was with the grand civilization of ancient Egypt. After centuries of glory and power, a period of decline set in, leading to its eventual fall. It's a tale of invasions, political discord, and a series of foreign rulers that ultimately marked the end of a majestic era. The first blow came from the Persians. In 525 BC, Cambyses II of Persia invaded Egypt, subjugating the once mighty kingdom under Persian rule. The Egyptians, however, were not ones to take this lying down. There were intermittent periods of rebellion, and for a brief period, they even managed to reclaim their independence under the rule of the native pharaohs of the 30th dynasty. But alas, the Persians returned stronger and more determined. Then came the Greeks. Following the death of Alexander the Great, one of his generals, Ptolemy, took control of Egypt. The Ptolemaic dynasty, as it came to be known, was Greek in its leadership, but Egyptian in its administration. This period saw a blend of the two cultures, resulting in significant advancements in various fields, including arts, sciences, and philosophy. The final nail in the coffin, however, was the Romans. Egypt became a province of the Roman Empire in 30 BC, and the Ptolemaic dynasty came to a tragic end with the death of its last ruler, Cleopatra. A woman of immense power, intelligence, and charm, Cleopatra's death marked the end of an era. She tried to use her political skills and personal allure to maintain Egypt's independence, but her efforts were in vain. The age of ancient Egypt, with its monumental pyramids, its mighty pharaohs, and its profound wisdom, had come to an end. But as we know, the end of one era often signals the beginning of another. The Roman rule saw the rise of a new Egypt, different but no less significant. With the death of Cleopatra, the age of ancient Egypt came to a close. Egypt, the land of the pharaohs, had fallen, but its legacy would endure, its stories forever etched in the annals of history. But does a civilization truly die? With the fall of ancient Egypt, one might think so. Yet the legacy of this remarkable civilization endures, its influence permeating every corner of our world. The echoes of ancient Egypt reverberate through time, touching the realms of art, architecture, science, and culture. The grandeur of Egyptian artistry, marked by its unique style and exquisite craftsmanship, continues to inspire artists today. From the iconic profile view of figures to the rich symbolism in their art, the impact of Egyptian aesthetics is undeniable. In architecture, the Egyptians' achievements are monumental, quite literally. The pyramids, temples, and obelisks they constructed thousands of years ago still stand, a testament to their architectural prowess and knowledge of geometry. These edifices have not only influenced architectural design, but also engineering techniques across the globe. Ancient Egypt's contributions to science are equally significant. The Egyptians were pioneers in medicine, astronomy, and mathematics. They were among the first to develop a calendar based on the movement of celestial bodies. Their understanding of the human body and diseases led to medical advancements that paved the way for modern medicine. The Egyptian culture, with its complex religious beliefs and social structures, has also left a lasting impact. Their concepts of the afterlife, rituals, and the idea of divine kingship have shaped many civilizations that followed. Today, the fascination with Egyptology is as alive as ever. The mysteries that shroud this ancient civilization continue to captivate scholars and enthusiasts alike. Each new discovery, from the tombs of pharaohs to ancient papyri, propels us further into the enigmatic world of the Egyptians, offering tantalizing glimpses into their lives. The legacy of ancient Egypt is not merely a thing of the past, it's a living, breathing entity, woven into the fabric of our present. Its influence is far-reaching, its contributions invaluable, and its mysteries endlessly intriguing. So, the next time you see a pyramid or a mummy, remember the rich and complex history that brought them into existence.